Good evening. Welcome to the town board meeting of the town of Armenia on Thursday, November 6th. And we are starting I move that we start the regular session.
Executive session.
I'm sorry, that we start the regular session.
Exit executive
Oh, exit
session.
executive session and then start the regular session. But I can combine those into one, I hope. Okay,
I'll second.
good.
And the time is 7:03. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay. Then we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. The emergency exits are where they always are, at the door you walk in and this door over here. The roll call on.
Supervisor Blackman?
Here.
Council members Ahern?
Here.
Ham?
Here.
And Revelard. Let the record reflect that Councilman Revelard was here at 6 o'clock at the start of the meeting and had to depart at 6:35 this evening. So he was here for our executive session, part of our executive session.
Okay.
And all present.
Good. I move to accept the agenda with one change, which is to strike the two non-consent agenda resolutions, the appointment of two staff people. We're not ready to do that.
I'll second.
Nicole? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. We have two public hearings, but we'll start with public comment on agenda items, 3 minutes each. Does anyone want to speak? Okay, Jeff?
I didn't mean to come on such a busy night, sorry. My name's Jeff Barnett Winsby. I'm here just to talk a little bit about the updated survey from 14 Main Street. This is the wrong time to do it. I can also,
Well,
come another time.
It's not on the agenda, so we could do it at either wait for it to be on the agenda or do it at the second public comment, which is later on.
I think I would love if we could put it on the agenda at some point so I could plan for that and not have to sit here all night.
Okay?
Would that be
Then
okay?
we'll put it on the next agenda.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, how about that? Okay. All right, so next is a public hearing on the local law to override the tax levy limit for fiscal year 2026. Any comments
Is there a
on?
motion to open the public hearing?
Oh, yeah, what a good idea.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Nicole. Need a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Rosanna. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 90.
So, does anyone have any comments on the tax levy override? Okay, well, that was exciting. I move that we open the public, close the public hearing on the tax levy limit and open the public hearing
One
on,
at a time.
I'll second the closing.
Thanks, Nicole. All in favor?
aye.
Any opposed? 6. Go ahead.
Okay, I move that we open the public hearing on the 2026 preliminary budget.
I'll second.
Thanks, Nicole. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Okay, anyone want to speak on the 2026 preliminary budget? Judy, go right ahead, step up to the podium.
Good evening, I'm Judy Westfall. I work for the Planning and Zoning Department in Town of Armenia. And I'm also here advocating tonight for Betsy Strauss, who's our town historian. And I'd love to have a line item filled with some money for her for this coming year.
Wait,
She's
could you repeat that?
a line item for the town historian filled with some money for Betsy
Okay.
Strauss, because
Yep.
she is the town historian. And I believe that she is a very, very, very huge asset to this town and this community, and has done many, many hours of service advocating for people who are looking for records, as well as speaking with people as they come into the door like they did today. So I would appreciate hearing what you have in mind for her. And also, I'm advocating for myself in looking at the tentative budget figures for this year, and what I asked for my initial budget requests, and wondering what's in that first line under planning PS. And as far as a stipulation for myself and for what's proposed, but you just took it off the agenda for the new part-time person. And with my calculations, it doesn't include a salary increase for me and that person's part-time salary. So I'd love to know what that includes. The tentative budget for that line is $50,921 even. And this year, looking like there's a lot of added features that are coming up under the planning department as well, that I didn't know anything about. But as far as money that's listed there, I'm wondering how my figure was not calculated as I requested for hourly pay. So just like you to sharpen up your pencils a little bit. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you, Judy. Anyone else have a comment on the preliminary budget? Okay, I'll assume that's a no. I propose that we close the public hearing on the budget.
I'll second.
Rosanna? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, I'll do the supervisor's report. The Climate Smart Committee and the CAC worked for quite a long time to get us listed as a climate smart community, which we were, and we've had signs for probably 9 months without putting them up, so I just wanted to let them know that there's now a sign outside this room and there's a sign on the outside of the building, and we're very proud of them. Let's see. The sidewalk project in 44, most of it's completed, but it's not completed yet, so we are kind of trying to do what we can to nudge the contractor to finish. The highway garage, there was a kickoff meeting this week with the contractor that was selected to do the grading, and I think they're supposed to start in about a week or two. Highway displays, we have a sign that's been kicking around for a very long time. Our code was changed in 2007, and people with billboards on Route 22 or anywhere else were supposed to take them down within 5 years. Well, that would have been 2012, and you can see it's 13 years have passed, and we still haven't been able to get rid of the sign. So I had a meeting with our prosecutor and with our building inspector to try to strategize how to get rid of that. And it made me cautiously optimistic, but it sort of makes me crazy. Makes Mike crazy that no one takes the building department seriously, but I think that's a good place to start in changing that. The board is tonight in the executive session figured out the sales price of the lot just above the rail trail parking lot. We had an assessed value, now we have an appraisal. The electric repairs, the town electrician checked out the lighting problems at Fountain Square and Wassaic. He seems to think that they're daylight sensors that have gone bad, and he's going to come by tomorrow and just verify that and then make the fix. In terms of our endless problems with parking on Mechanic Street, thank you for the signs from the Harvest Festival, because the no parking signs remained up, and hopefully they're discouraging some people. But hopefully we will get a real solution to that at some point, because it's making the fire department and the restaurant and various other people crazy, and I haven't been able to get much motion from the highway department. The Harvest Festival on October 18th was a huge success. Locals and visitors were very enthusiastic, so thanks to Ken and all the people that were involved in that project. And I wanted to announce that we're going to have a first open mic night, Wednesday, November 19th, at the Town Hall Auditorium, and hope that it'll be continued monthly, assuming it's interesting and successful and all those things. Okay, that's the supervisor's report. Dawn?
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I present to the board the minutes from October 16th and October 24th. Are you guys ready to take action on those?
Yes, I make a motion to accept those.
Thanks, Nicole.
I'll second.
Ms. Rosiano, all in favor?
I'm assuming that the change was made on the more recent one, got my vote?
I am not able to make that change. I was not present, and I
Oh.
did confirm with
We
the author.
confirmed it, yeah, it was correct, and we would have to make a motion to change.
It was correct?
Yeah,
Why would I say abstain?
I don't know, but that's what I had.
Okay,
down.
well, fine. All right, then I will accept it too.
Great, thank you, everyone. I'm also presenting to the board and the public's, turned over to the supervisor, is the local share for the town for the month of October totaling $494. I do have to submit with regret information that I've received. Terrence McCauley has tendered his resignation from the Comprehensive Plan Review Committee effective this date, and I do need an acceptance of that.
I'll accept that with
Are
regret.
you moving that, Nicole?
Yes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Rosanna. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? As we are announcing that resignation, it does open up another open seat. Currently, at this time, we do have advertised for our open volunteer positions, inclusive our planning board, our ZBA alternate, Board of Assessment Review, Ethics, Recreation Commission, and all of our other committees and commissions we do advertise every year this time of year with the anticipated openings. So if anybody that is out there that still hasn't gotten their letter of interest in, please do so. The due date is November 13th at noon. This will give the board the opportunity to review those applications and for me to set up your interviews with them. And is there any other positions you'd like me to advertise
Could you
for?
please add the one that we just accepted the resignation for?
Okay, so I'll add that.
And then re-advertise for the two positions, the dog control officer and planning zoning clerk.
Okay. Okay, we'll get that to the paper for tomorrow. Okay, that's a motion,
Yes.
Nicole? Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, thank you. I do have some fun happenings going on here at the town hall. Saturday, November 22nd, we are having a rabies vaccination clinic. You do have to sign up. This information in this flyer has been posted on our website as well as the
This is
entranceway
just for
board.
pets, not for animals.
This is, well, no, for your pets,
Okay,
your
good.
dogs, your
Just wanted to
cats,
check.
and your ferrets.
Oh,
I saw them
Isn't
with
that,
ferrets.
isn't that nice?
Yeah, that is
So, we are
exciting.
gonna offer it here. For those that didn't participate prior, years, you're gonna come around the side of the building and it's gonna be in that room off the side of the gym. Your animals do have to be on a leash or carrier. But, it's fun, so yes, come support that local event. It is a free event for our residents and our Dutchess County residents. So please, you do need to bring proof of your residency. For non-residents, it's $15 to have your pet rabies completed. And everybody's required to have their dogs to be registered. It is a town law, so we give that friendly reminder. So either Erica or myself will be here that day. So if anybody needs to complete the registration of the dog, we'll be able to help you. So as we're starting to get ready and the holiday season is on kickoff, I know back in September I made this announcement to save the date of December 7th, so you guys have had fair warning to start decorating those floats, those tractors, those trailers, get ready. The Harvest Fest has inspired so many of our volunteers, and they want to try to bring a fun, activities-filled day on that same date. So Sunday, December 7th, look out, beware. Our group is trying to get together to keep that holiday hometown feel going. So I look forward to seeing everybody on Main Street on Sunday, December 7th. I think they're gonna start around 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock that afternoon. So as they're in the planning stages, look for that flyer as it's about to come out. But the parade will be the shining night of spectacular events, so save the date. With that being said, the last thing I'd like to conclude the town clerk's report was to thank you all the voters for coming out this electoral season, and the Cligners appreciate your support. Okay, thank you, that concludes the town clerk's report.
Okay. Let's start with security improvements, Rosanna, because Ian was the one who drafted the local law, so.
So
he
we
should
got
probably be here.
three estimates on security locks on the outside exterior doors. They're all different, and in having a conversation with our town attorney, he said we really need to be more definite on what we want to do, because we're kind of comparing apples to oranges, that the estimates are not addressing the same things. So, that being said, number one of the things we wanted was a panic bar on the main door coming in, on the inside of the door going out. Ironically, two of the locksmiths gave us an estimate for that, which is relatively costly. The third one, who is actually our own town locksmith who has worked here, said that because the doors are glass, that they shouldn't have panic bars, because the panic bars will cause stress on the glass, because it's glass on the top and glass on the bottom. So what we need are paddle handles. So they do the same thing, you just push them and you go out. As a matter of fact, I noticed that Sun River Health has the same kind of doors, and they have those, and they work just like a panic bar, except they're, and it is cheaper. So I guess I want to ask you all, are you okay with getting the paddles as opposed to the panic bars?
I am, I mean, it meets New York State building codes, so I don't see.
It does, it meets fire codes, and it also meets ADA. He said it meets all codes.
Yeah,
All right. The other big question is, one of the other concerns we had was doors being left unlocked. So people come in, they unlock the door, they come in, they go out, they don't lock it, because you have to lock it in order for the door to be locked. So we wanted to change them so that when you use the key to come in, but the door automatically locks when you close it. So anybody that comes in afterwards would have to have
Also a key.
an access key. So, is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Changing the handles.
Yeah.
So the other question is, the big question is, do we want to rekey? It's been I brought up this concern that there are a lot of keys
Keys out
that are out there in the community.
Mhm.
So, we're not really good about collecting keys back, and so, we have no idea how many keys are out there. That's number one problem. Number two, apparently they're making, when new people come in, they're giving us keys, and those keys are sometimes being made from copies, and they're not very good. So, for example, my key to get into the main door is very tricky. I mean, it's very annoying. So my question is, we could rekey the doors, have new keys, make sure that we keep the masters someplace, and so that we're always making copies for keys from the masters. Do we want to rekey or just change the lock so that they lock when we?
Was that, did the prices you get, did anyone bid
Some
on
of
that?
them, yes, one of them did. So the All-American Locksmiths, they talked about the lock and cylinder types, the cores, actually doing the cores and the rims for the lock, so actually rekeying.
Rekeying.
So that's why theirs is kind of higher, because this kind of options are in here.
What was
Okay.
that, how many doors was that for?
So I think we have 7 doors, right?
Just the exterior.
Exterior doors.
Right.
So do we need to go back and get new quotes with these 3 items for, so we
Yeah, I
have,
think we would have to be
Yes,
very
yeah.
specific and say, okay, and the people Maya was the other one, so I think if we talk to them and say, this is what we want, can you just kind of adjust?
right. Get new estimates based on those 3 things we want from all of them.
Right,
The panic bars, well, actually, in this case, paddle handles, right?
right, paddle handles.
Will the other 2 do paddle handles if we request it? Because they had put in for panic bars.
They put
Oh,
in
that shouldn't be
paddle
any
handles.
problem,
I'll
it's
have
just
to ask them.
switching
Okay.
out one piece of hardware for another.
So we want specifically paddle handles then, not panic
Right.
bars. Change handles and then rekey.
Rekey the
Okay,
locks.
I'm good with that.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, I'm on that. And in the vein of security, I'd also like to make a motion to accept the A&R camera proposal as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Did I see that?
We did, it was a while ago, we just never did anything because we got too washed, like,
We never made a motion.
we never motioned it.
Oh, I see, so we never went beyond. Okay, and what was the cost of
I
that?
made the motion, she seconded.
Got it. All in favor?
Aye.
No, I don't know what it costs.
Sure.
Thank you.
That went to you back in July.
All right, I'm finished.
You're finished?
We're just waiting on Leo to say aye or abstain.
How many cameras? Wait a minute. Indoor cameras. We're located. Okay, aye.
Thank you. 3 ayes.
I think that both of the other two, I think actually the third one may have to go under, maybe part of there may be a there may be a resolution for that. So we'll wait on Ian's arrival. And I think then we should move on to the consent agenda.
Okay. Unless he doesn't get here, because you're at the end of the agenda, just so everybody knows, the Dutchess County referral exemption that came out to the supervisors and the clerks earlier, they're
Oh,
expanding the
I
list.
can motion that
You can-
otherwise.
yes.
Okay, there you go. So I
So, but they haven't
move,
sent out the contract yet. But
Okay.
that's, we're letting everybody know what's happening.
and Ian has reviewed it, so I move that we accept the contract that was sent to us, which Ian reviewed.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so moving ahead with the adoption of our consent agenda. Moving, resolution number 24, introducing proposed local law number X of the year 2025, repealing subsections 10110, 10111, 10112 of the chapter of 101, street and sidewalks, and repealing chapter 113, vehicle and traffic in its entirety, and creating a new chapter 113, vehicles and traffic. Accepting resolution number 125, adopting the local law of the town of Armenia, New York, to establish override the tax levy limit for fiscal year of 2026, established in general municipal law 3-C. Resolution number 126, adopting the annual budget for the fiscal year commencing January 1, 2026. Resolution number 127, awarding the bid for providing sidewalk snow removal services to the town of Amenia. Resolution 127, awarding the bid for approving snow removal services to the Wasatch Trail within the town of Amenia. Resolution 128, accepting the resolution entitled Northern Red Oak Recreational Trail Application Referrals. And that will be all of them. So is there a motion to go ahead and accept the resolutions as presented, 124 through 129?
I make the motion, but I do have a
Leo.
question.
Oh, that's discussion, so we can.
I'll
I'll wait
Thank
for
you,
the second.
Nicole. Okay,
We just had a public hearing on the preliminary budget, and we haven't had a discussion about what's going into the final budget, which seems odd to me. Was that something that was thought about, Ian?
The resolution was drafted in case the board wanted to act on it. If the board does not want to act on it tonight, there should be a motion to withdraw it or table it to the next meeting.
Unless that's
I was-
written, what?
I was fine accepting it, otherwise we would have amended the agenda prior.
Oh. Well, it sounds like, what are the changes to the from the preliminary?
I went over everything, Roseanne and I already went over everything.
Uh-huh.
Brad's original request, we went over why that was not done, and it was because of highway garage, so
Okay,
I think we're good.
all right. Then that's fine, it can be in the consent agenda.
okay, so the motion's been made, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, resolution's carried. My factor check. We did go ahead and authorize the supervisor to sign that contract with that, so.
GML 239.
Yeah, so they just are on discussion items to review the local law for parking with you, if there was anything extra that you
Sure.
wanted to
If
discuss.
they want any information on, apologize. Took me traffic getting here, sorry. But if there's any questions on the GML contract or the other discussion items, I can answer those as well now. If not, if there's questions on the local law, what do you got?
Or nothing, I mean, you keep.
No, I just thought you should generally say what that is. You did last time, but I think since it's.
So I can do it again, just on the
Just
local law. So
briefly.
the local law for the parking is driven by a need for an update for the EV charging stations. So that's what started looking into the update. There has been a whole section added for that. While going over the local law, there were a couple items that we updated, and some provisions that, for instance, there's some no parking regulations within the code, but the code really didn't have any fines or enforcement for them, so that exists now, so we can actually enforce these things and actually ticket people for them if they're in violation. And the other major difference, the snow ordinance that exists, it existed under sidewalks, under our code. Sidewalks deals predominantly with who's responsible and the liability issues with regards to clearing sidewalks in front of your homes if it borders a sidewalk, right? It's kind of an odd place for a parking ordinance to be located. So that's now been taken out and brought into under vehicle and traffic. So it makes more sense in the parking sections because that's what it's regulated. And the other thing that we added was the ability to tow. So when people are parked and the car's not moving, that vehicle can be towed. And it authorizes not only police and peace officers to do it, but also highway in case, like, there's no ordinance, if someone's parked in such, where she can't plow the roads, they can have that car towed if necessary. That's pretty much major points.
Wow. Okay, so are there any other matters the town board have any comments on?
Yes, I have a letter from Judy Moran, Rec Commission, that wanted me to read out to the board.
Sure.
The members of the Amenia Festival Committee would like to ask the permission to put up a large 10-foot, 15-foot tree to decorate with lights at the northwest corner of the basketball court. We are planning for this year's Festival of Lights, and we would like very much to create a focal point where people can gather with room to stand and participate and have a clear view. We still plan to put a small tree to decorate at Fountain Square, but there truly is not a lot of room for people to stand at the corner. A tree by the basketball court would also provide space for people to view the parade clearly from the beginning. Actually, I think she means from the end, because you guys end there, right? And coming down that way. Our plan is to talk to the fire department to help with putting up the lights before Sunday and light the tree as the parade starts. We have access to a free tree, so the decorations would be our only cost. We will prepare a budget, but should be able to fund the entire celebration from existing lines. We look forward to creating a fully decorated town center for the citizens of Amenia and hope you will agree.
Does that require a motion to agree?
No, I think she's just looking for support to put a tree at the basketball court as well as the Fountain Square where we usually do.
Okay.
I will say we actually are looking at planting a tree if we can get a ball to plant there to grow
Oh,
and be
I
a
see.
permanent tree
In the basketball
at
court?
the corner of the basketball court, so that when you're coming down 22 and you're looking through that field, you will see it.
Okay,
So you'll kind of see it, going on down 22 if you're coming from 343.
okay. You might want to ask enhancement just so that there isn't a conflict later.
What would the conflict be?
Well, that they're usually involved in landscape issues.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, otherwise, I'm
Yeah,
totally
and the
fine
ball
with
thing
it.
might not happen this year, if the ground freezes, we can't get it in the ground.
Of
But
course.
it was something we'd like to consider, because I'd like to stop cutting down trees.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
I would also like to make, in addition to Jeff's request for the survey, I'd also like to know if we could be ready to discuss or have another version of the planning board, local law and the ZBA local law for the next meeting.
I am working on that now, yes.
Good.
Okay.
Okay?
And I also would like to thank everybody for coming out to vote and for your overwhelming support, so thank you.
Okay. So Jeff, you did survive long enough to actually speak, because now we have public comment on all business. Wow. I know.
We're getting very efficient.
We're getting very efficient.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So as some of you may remember, we had what we thought was an encroachment issue on Main Street where the town road right-of-way went through the front of the building. And so what we've done is we've done some more research. We looked at that survey. We looked at the title description, and it was extremely vague. And so my surveyor and I had a conversation. I said, well, what do you think this means? Because you almost can't tell from this. And she said, well, it means that we need to follow a different legal precedent to determine where this line should go. She felt fairly confident about that and continues to feel confident that way, and I can ask her to come in and talk about it. But I have the language that's in that survey. It's like it just explains it. She says, the width of Main Street is limited to the extent of its actual use at the time it was opened, as provided in 189 of the highway law and established by case law. This is Talmadge versus Hunting, which is 1864. As that use appears to have to extended only to the edge of the sidewalk, the front property lines for the parcels follow the sidewalk edge. And so that's why she updated the survey, and that's what I've replaced. And so I'm hopeful that this settles the encroachment issue and allows us to go back to the planning board and continue our site plan review. If it doesn't, I don't really have anything else. I don't trying to do the best I can to get this done. So this is language that is in the survey in that description section on the side. And if the town board wants, I can ask someone else to come, but I think she's just going to say this.
Well, I mean, it's not, we have to have a resolution for that, so, and we don't have one, but we can put that in the
Totally.
agenda for next time.
But if you discuss it and you decide that there's other information you want or other support that I can provide, I'm willing to do so. You can let me know now or
Okay.
at another time.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Anyone else have any comments? Yes, Ken? He just stood up. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't realize that. I thought you were leaving. Sorry about that.
Thank you,
A lot
Ken.
of confusion at this meeting.
Ken Topolsky, Cascade Mountain Road. I wanted to give you a final report on the Harvest Festival, and I'll need a little more than 3 minutes to do that. So I'm asking for about 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you. This all started, I think it's important to understand how we can have such a successful event. This started on July 19th when all committee chairs received an invitation along with the board to a meeting Charlie organized called Connect the Dots. How do we make Main Street something we could be proud of? And from that came the idea, let's have an event that will draw people into town, and let's decorate Main Street. The first meeting was held almost a month later on August 16th. Two of our board members attended, Rosanna and Nicole, thank you. Brad attended one meeting, and sometime about a month later, I came before you and asked for your support. I had a conversation with Leo, explained I wasn't sure it was going to be financial, and we proceeded, and then we made a request. We did meet our budget. Actually, we came in a little bit under. We had some donations. Keen Stud was instrumental. All of those, not all of them, a lot of the flowers you saw, the corn stalks and all of that was from Keen Stud. They delivered them, and they were an immense help. Adams Farms, Fairacre Farms, donated about 100 chrysanthemums, and they were very helpful. Next year, we'll talk about next year in a minute. So, in terms of the event, we estimated the crowd at over 1,000 people, from counting cars and whatnot. The street was filled beyond my imagination. I thought we'd be lucky to get 300, maybe 500. What else can I tell you? We sent a survey. We had 54 vendors. We sent a survey, and I'm going to read you the results of the survey very quickly to each of our vendors. Pre-event communication, how clear and timely was communication? 87% said very clear, 13% somewhat clear. Did you receive all necessary information ahead of time? 95% said yes. Setup and logistics. How would you rate the ease of setup at the event? 70% very easy, 30% easy. How was parking situation for the vendors? Excellent, 52%, 43% good. How would you rate the ease of breakdown? Very easy, 52%, 43% easy. Event experience. How would you rate your overall experience at the festival? 87% of our vendors said excellent, 13% said good. All of them knew this was a first-time festival. How was your interaction with the event organizers on the day of the festival? 91% very helpful, 8% somewhat helpful. How were the attendee turnout and customer engagement at your booth? 80% excellent, 20% good. Compared to similar events, how were your sales? 56% about average, 34% more than usual, 8% less than usual. And future participation, and would you recommend this event to other vendors? 100% yes on that. There are several pages of comments, but things along the line of, for your first one, it was well planned and executed, great job, thank you. Awesome event, great work, proud to take part. All of the vendors indicated they would like to come back next year. We met every other week, and sometimes we didn't meet for 2 weeks. That gave us from August 19th to October 18th, less than 8 meetings to put together that festival, because every single person on that committee, every person worked so hard, even decorating this street. We had our committee members, and we only had about 6 volunteers or 7 volunteers, and they did that from 1 o'clock in the afternoon Friday till we had pizza around 6 o'clock over at Four Brothers. People come to a town not because it's beautiful, they walk up and down and they leave. They come to a town because it makes them feel good, because there are things to do. And we need to turn this into a town where there are things to do. Shopping, eating. You're starting to see it with the culinary experience you're having here. And we need to look in the connecting the dots. It's how do we make Main Street more, have more curb appeal. It's more than just curb appeal. We need to actively work on a program to attract businesses, to attract vendors, to attract local people to come to Main Street. And then, like Millerton, you'll see people walking up and down, in and out of the stores. Every store, this is the last thing I'll say, every store on Main Street did better that day than they've ever done in the history of their store. That says something. If you bring the people, they'll just keep coming. Next year, we want to do it bigger and better, and we'll be coming before you shortly to talk about the 4th of July Festival. So thank you for your support, and thank the community for all they've done to make this a success.
I would like to add, I would like to especially thank Ken and Michelle Topolsky, who took a real leadership role in this. And the thing that was interesting, we had people from all over, and it tied in with some of the other events. We had a couple I met that were here to hear their niece or daughter do some kind of presentation at the Wasatch Project for something that was going on that weekend. I met a couple who were here at Troutbeck for a wedding, and were looking for something to do during the day, and they came up to so there were people from all over the place, and everybody had a good time, and everybody worked together, and it was from all stakeholders. I mean, Silo donated, loaned the golf carts, and we got, like Ken said, the decorations from Keith Stud. Everybody had a part in it. Everybody worked together, and it was just a really amazing event in that way. So I look forward to whatever else we can do.
Yeah, thanks for the warning, Ken, about July.
Okay. Vicki, you had something to say.
Hi, Vicki Doyle, 320 South Amenia Road, Wasaik. I wanted to remind everyone of the Veterans Day ceremony that we'll be holding at Fountain Square on Veterans Day on Tuesday, November 11th at 11 o'clock. And it's right here at the center, at the main lights at Bank of Millbrook. And we hope to see people there who are helping us to remember all of the veterans and the service that they gave to for our freedoms. I wanted to mention that Kara O'Neill will be singing patriotic songs, and that the new pastor at Immaculate Conception will be giving a prayer, and Nick Woodard from VFW Post 544 will be officiating. And thank you, Leo, for welcoming everyone to that ceremony. I also wanted to just say thanks to all the voters who turned out in record numbers. We listened. I think everybody listened. I wanted to say congratulations to all of the newly elected people, and thank you to all of the people who have served this town. So thank you.
Thanks, Vicki. Anyone else? Oh, yes. I was hoping you weren't just here for the vote. That just
Oh,
seems
no,
so sad.
I was not. So Anthony Palumbo, Lauren Zane, we just want to comment quickly on the Northern Red Oak resolution was before you today. So we were previously before this board earlier this year. Then we bounced back to the planning board. So we did a pretty thorough review from them on the application. But ultimately, this board here is going to be giving the okay on the application. There's a few outstanding items for the planning board engineer to review. We hope to have those soon. But just to recap, this is a 470-acre property that has going to be 12 miles of hiking and biking trails, open to the public, privately owned and funded. So.
Yeah, so as Ken was saying, more things for the town. Hope that everybody can enjoy it once we get it up and running. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Or anyone else? Last chance. Okay. Then I would like to move that we close the public session and move into executive session. What? Oh, we're not closing, I'm sorry.
Going to executive session for personnel matters.
Yes, we're moving into executive session for personal matters.
And we're not.
Either way, if they're kind of personal too.
Leo?
Yes?
We're not reconvening, correct?
Oh, after, no, we won't reconvene after executive session.
Okay, so
Speaking of record times, it is 7:45.
I'll second.
thank you, Nicole. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?